Are you tired of spending so much time writing blog posts only to have no one read them? If you're like most beginning bloggers, you understand the frustration. You put in so much time and effort to create a quality blog post only to have your mom and a few friends read it. Trust me, I've been there. I want to show you in 2017 how I was able to grow my blog over 1,000% in terms of page views. I'm going to go over the 9 reasons today that no one is reading your blog. Number 1, you write about you. I get it. When you first start a blog, it's super easy to do. You feel like it's finally a platform where people want to, hear from you, and you're able to, talk about your experience, your knowledge, your stories, whatever you're blogging about. But a lot of times beginning bloggers focus on themselves. I did it. A lot of people do it. It's very easy to do. But before you hit publish, you really need to think, how is this going to help my reader? How is this going to help someone solve a problem? Really think about that before you hit publish. Number 2, your topics are all over the place. If you're blogging about dogs one day, side hustles the next, losing weight the next, nobody's going to read that. You need to have a specific topic, and you can have several categories. Don't feel like you have to write about credit card rewards forever or a specific hobby that you do. You can absolutely branch out of it, but you need to have a consistent topic that you're always going back to. So that way readers are more enticed and they know exactly what they're going to get when they go to your blog. Rule number 3, no posting schedule. Again, super easy mistake to make at the beginning. When you're blogging though, you do need a consistent schedule. You can't post on Monday one week and then the following Thursday and then take 2 weeks off and come in Saturday. You need to have consistency. It's going to help your readers so they know exactly what to be on the lookout for. It's going to help Google because you're going to be producing content regularly and they like sites that have new, fresh content. So it's going to help with that. And also it's going to help yourself because you're going to have accountability. You're going to set a schedule. So try it once or twice a week, but know it that on those days you have to, put out a great post. So don't feel like you have to do 3 or 4 a week. It's not like that, but you do need to have consistency. Rule number 4, you never promote it. I was very guilty of this, and I'm sure other people are. When you first start at it, you feel like you might not really be that good of a blogger, that good of a writer. Maybe you don't even have that much more experience, and you might suffer from what a lot of people call imposter syndrome. This is totally natural, but you need to get over it. As long as you put in the best work you can and feel like, I gave it my all, then you need to promote it. You need to be proud of it because you are only one blog post away from changing your life. One blog post going viral, one post going live on Pinterest and just blowing up. You could have so much opportunity, but you need to promote it. Again, what is the point of spending all the time writing it if you're never promoting it on social media? Number 5, your site is ugly. This happens. When you first start blogging, you feel like you want to keep costs low, you already paid for hosting, maybe a couple extra add-ons, and you want to try and keep it low cost with a free theme. But I promise you, it is so worth it to actually spend time and get a theme that is paid for. It's going to look better. Your readers are going to have a better experience on your site. They're going to think of you as much more professional. And again, it's just going to be a better user experience. You also want to make sure to not have too much stuff flying in from everywhere. You don't want ads that are just obstructive and really annoying. You know how awful that is of an experience when you go onto a website, and especially as a new blogger, you want to create just an easy, simple, flowing website so people are more enticed to keep coming back. Number 6, your content just isn't that good yet. Again, this is so common for people when they first start blogging. You're gonna suck, actually. You're gonna suck at first. That's part of anything new. If you try a new hobby, if you try a new sport, if you start a new business, whatever it is, you know that when you try something new, it's inevitable to suck at first. As Malcolm Gladwell talks about in the book Outliers, you have to spend 10,000 hours working on your craft before you truly master it. Now, whether you need to spend 10,000 hours blogging or not, you get the point. You have to put in the time. You're not going to put the best blog post you've ever created out on your first time. So understand that it's a process. Always be learning, be reading other blogs, reading books, doing anything you can to give yourself more knowledge to create better posts. Number 7, know keywords. Again, super easy, and honestly one that I did for way too long. Because keyword research, it's kind of a pain in the ass. I've read probably 100 different articles about it, and it seems like there's always some differences. But at the end of the day, if you're, again, spending all this time writing and no one's reading it, then what's the point? You have to go out of your way to do keyword research. I'm going to include some links down below to give you my best resources that I've found for keyword research, so you can start using the terms that Google wants, and then you can be found. And again, you don't want to oversaturate it and put it in every few words, but using the Yoast SEO plugin, you can absolutely figure out what keywords are going to help you get found in search results. Number 8, you have no formatting. As new bloggers, you do need to understand that you want a consistent flow to each article. For example, when you have a title, that will be an H1. When you have a main point, that'll be an H2. When you have a subpoint of that main point, it'll be an H3. You want to have this consistency so it looks good for the user. Again, we want the user to have a great experience when they're on your site. And you also want Google to understand how to crawl your site. If you have an H4 and then an H2 and then an H1, that's not going to make sense. So you do need to look out, again, both for the user and for Google. And finally, your headlines are weak. This is so easy to do. You spend all your time writing posts, you feel so confident about the content, and you just slap together this headline that nobody wants to click on. I remember reading some stat that like 80% of headlines don't even get clicked on. So there's an 80% chance that no one even clicks on it. It might be the best post ever, changing lives potentially, but if nobody gets to it, then what does it matter? So you have to make a headline sexy. You have to make it enticing. You have to make people want to click on it. Not to say you need to create a clickbait article, but you need to have a post that intrigues someone. And in this post that I've written all about these, which I'll link below, I'll actually give you some examples of what I've had that's really increased my open rates. And again, there's a tool that you can use called CoSchedule Headline Analyzer, and I highly recommend that. So these are the 9 reasons that no one is reading your blog. Again, this is an easy fix if you start implementing some of these, and you're going to start having more readers than you've ever had. Be sure to check out my site, inspireyoursuccess.com, for a ton of great content on how to live a better life with successful habits, how to grow your blog, and really just create success in whatever area you're trying to achieve. Be sure to subscribe for more. Thanks again.